When John Zera was murdered in 1976, scientists had yet to solve the mysteries of DNA or uncover its potential for solving crimes. Yet detectives hope tiny samples of DNA found on the evidence can still point them to a killer. The effort began in 2001 when the case was reopened and the state crime lab found a sample of DNA on one of John's socks. Here's how DNA testing works. Each cell in every person's body contains chromosomes made up of DNA chains. Most of that DNA is the same in each human being, but there are a few patterns that are unique to each person. Scientists isolate a chosen set of unique patterns and feed them into a machine, which translates them into a graph that has peaks of varying heights. Ideally, scientists want to analyze 16 of the unique patterns known as loci. For each locus, the DNA for an individual may have either 1 or 2 peaks on the graph. For old or degraded DNA, peaks will not appear for some loci. To be entered into the FBI database for comparison with profiles from other crimes or from known offenders, peaks from 10 loci are required. In this case, the DNA on John's sock contained only a partial profile, one with peaks from just 6 loci. That still has value. If a suspect's DNA matched all 6 or even 5 of the loci from the sock, it would become a strong piece of circumstantial evidence. But a match would narrow the pool of potential suspects to only 1 in a few thousand, rather than the near certainty yielded by a full genetic fingerprint. In this case, the sample does not match any of the suspects identified so far by the police. But that doesn't mean those suspects are now ruled out. Why? The sample from the sock may have been contaminated, and that DNA may not be connected to the crime, perhaps even coming from someone who handled the evidence later. Police have been looking beyond the sock to find a usable DNA sample. Earlier this year, investigators on the case heard about an advanced type of analysis known as touch DNA, which requires just a few cells, a much smaller sample than traditional methods. This type of testing could uncover DNA left on John's shirt or pants when the killer grabbed his arms, pulled the hall pass from the pocket of his jeans, or took off his clothing. And that could be another chance to use modern technology to catch a killer after 40 years.